like half a second. No, it's fine. It's back. He looks around the room. This place should be protected. It is hallowed as all Sorum outposts are. Are any of your party able to cast detection of magic?
Yes, we do have party members who can.
Yeah, we have, I believe, one.
We have two.
Oh.
You should check if you were being scryed upon in reverse.
Like right now?
At all times.
Oh. Oh, great.
Oh.
I feel as much as you are trying to track someone has been tracking you. One was too prepared for you to scry.
Okay. Is there anything we can do to prevent them from doing this?
Possibly. Enchantments, magical items. But ultimately, detecting the magic and then dispelling it. Something I imagine, judging from you two, would be within your purview.
You me?
Well, I can dispel magic, yes.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Darius.
No problem.
Okay. I know we said we would stay to share our knowledge, and we will. I feel like we should at least inform our party members and check if we're being scryed on first.
Indeed,
just
you
for
should do
our
this
own
with haste.
safety. Okay, we will be back then.
And in addition, you should bring this tiefling companion of yours. There's
before
now
we
possibly
bring her,
a threat to the Sauron faith.
I just want to make a promise on the gods. If we bring her, you're not allowed to keep her.
This is a strange request to make. Unless
It
there
is
is a reason why you believe we would.
There is a reason why I challenged her to a trial by combat, and I would wish to see that to its end.
He narrows his eyes. Make a persuasion check. One of you.
There you go.
26?
I think there's very few reasons why we would choose to detain someone.
I would like your word as a man of the faith.
I promise we will not detain this tiefling. I trust in two other members of the Pillars of the Faith to be able to guide them towards their own salvation without our help.
Perfect. May the gods be watching.
6 be with you.
Sure. Let's go.
6 be with you as well, Keeper.
Give us like
we
a
will
slight
be back.
left head tilt. Right.
Alright,
Indeed.
we're gonna scurry out of there.
Scurry as fast as our little half movement can.
Yeah. You like turn around to sprint and then can't and just sort of like slowly walk through as if you're like moving through quicksand. But you shamble back to the Gather Taverns and you find the tavern and rooms that you're staying at and return to your party.
Guys, that went pretty well for a Darius Frey excursion.
Can we gather everyone to Frey's room?
Yeah.
You gather everyone to Frey's room.
Come here, everyone.
Guys, please. This is important. Urgent.
Right. We're coming.
Very urgent.
What were your parents' names?
Oh, my parents' name was Derek and Maya. Why?
Who's a diva?
Oh, she side eyes Frey.
She shrugs and looks.
So, it's just a bit of a cultural thing. That's my birth name, and when I, almost died and then went on adventure, I took on I took on a virtue name that, tieflings can sometimes have virtue names or unvirtue names. And it was supposed to be, my intention for what I was hoping to do.
Okay. Does your
And
sister have a scar?
Oh yes, she does. It's on her arm.
What is this barrage of questions?
Yeah, why are you guys asking about, like, my parents?
Well, good news, we were able to do the scry. Bad news, it didn't work. Good news, we found out a lot of information.
Well,
Well,
wait,
I mean, something happened.
So if it
What
didn't
happened?
work, does that mean she's dead?
No, it was more like the way the keeper
Well-
described it. She actively pushed against it, and she injected a vision into us, and we saw something.
No, but was it her, or I think it was someone else. The voice that we heard, it felt more, I don't know, maniacal. It didn't feel like Veracity's sister. Like, I've never met her, but from what she described, it didn't feel like that.
But
It felt more sinister.
there's. Okay, let's explain what we
Lisa,
saw.
verify something for me. You shouldn't be hearing people's voices talking to you during a scry, no?
We saw it was like it played out like a theater. It was. We saw. Hold on. First, somebody needs to cast detect magic right now.
What?
We might be in danger. The keeper said someone could be watching us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Someone could be reverse scrying us.
Sure, I can do that. Or we could take 10 minutes and Issa could do it.
Now.
You can do it.
Okay, I'm doing it. So cast detect magic, expending a spell slot.
Mhm.
What did my special eyes see?
Look around the room, and then up in the corner, you see a horizontal line which opens, and you see this sort of fleshy golden eye, and then another line underneath it that opens. Oh, don't stop on my account.
It talks.
Yeah.
Is Ashley the one who heard that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Now
so
we're all
there's
hearing voices.
an eye watching us there, and it told me not to stop on its account, which is very strange. I've never had this happen when I was detecting magic before.
Can I
So somebody's watching us.
I think it's a little bit more complicated than that.
cast Dispel Magic on? Do you want to talk to it first, or should I Dispel Magic it?
You could try. It's not. This isn't normally what I see when I'm scrying. When I detect magic and I detect scrying, or anything similar. We were being spied on in the Sunset Valley. This is not how it looked.
We should also go around to all of our rooms as well, just in case, or maybe it's following us around. I don't
No,
know.
it's like an eyeball. It's very weird. You can
Oh.
see he's just like staring at this thing, and he cannot make heads or tails out of it.
Oh, I'm not.
Do I know
two
any-
eyeballs and a mouth.
Do I know any, like, would I know of any like spells or anything that like includes scrying plus an eyeball of some sort? And
Make an
mouth,
Arcana check.
whatever.
While this is happening, can Darius he's casting Dispel Magic on it?
Sure.
14.
Yeah. 14. It's possible to combine spells. Certainly. This could be a combination of like a magic mouse spell with like a scry spell.
Okay.
But it requires pretty significant mastery of a magic to combine spells like that. Dispel magic. Let's see.
Mhm.
At third
If
level.
it's third level, yeah, or lower, it auto. If it's above, DC.
It is above. Make
Oh,
an
level.
ability check using your spellcasting modifier.
Oh, you've got it. Yep. Your weave is connecting to it.
Ability check plus, is that just like a d20 plus?
Your spellcasting ability. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So, d20 plus 4. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, you
Right.
see. Well, you have detect magic. You see the strands of magic sort of go up and try to unravel it. You see the mouth open and just sort of eat it and then chew. It's very rude.
All right, this is very strange. You seem to be talking to me. Can you hear me talking?
Yes, I can see you too.
Yeah, right.
Who's Ash talking to?
You guys can't hear it.
No, ask it who it is.
Who are you? Do I need to? Can you hear them as well, or just me?
I can see and I can hear all of you.
Right.
Who am I? Who are you? I already know who you are. I shouldn't tell. Wouldn't want to spoil the fun.
Says
Can
you
I
shouldn't
take-
tell?
Can I take my my shovel out and start like whacking at the air like where
I don't think that's gonna.
where Ash is looking?
Please.
Yeah, you
said maybe you should detect magic
wave
too, so you
around.
could see what I'm seeing. I don't really understand it, but maybe you will.
What is Frey doing? You're very funny, aren't you? Go on, continue. I don't mean to interrupt.
Do I know of any way to stop a highly advanced scrying spell like that?
Make an Arcana
Able
check.
to- Please roll well. I have not been rolling well. Oh my god.
Probably the normal solution, which is dispel magic.
Ash, what is it saying?
It's mostly just laughing and watching us. It thinks that Frey trying to hit it is amusing.
Oh, is it now?
But who?
I'll be very quiet. You just continue now.
Well, I'd like to know who is eavesdropping on our conversation. Probably conversations, since apparently I don't need to introduce myself.
Oh, it's Damien.
You're Damien.
Yes.
Right, does the name Damien mean anything to you? Yes, to the party.
So, question out of character. Would Veracity remember that name?
Damien. You probably heard your parents say it at points in your childhood, but you don't know necessarily what it meant.
Oh, but then Frey and Darius heard.
But Frey and Darius know,
word.
yeah.
Yeah.
They have the exact context.
Oh, I think I've heard of that name before. I just can't remember
It's
who
your.
that would be.
Your
It's your
father's brother.
Why
I
is
have
he
an
doing
uncle?
this?
Yes.
Wait, that's not possible. You know, my parents always said it was just the four of us. You know, like that's not possible. Like,
Well,
what did
maybe
I
your
know if I
nuclear
had an
home.
uncle?
Well, based on the memory we saw, if it's 100% accurate, your mother wasn't a huge fan of your father's brother.
It is.
My
I wrote it
uncle?
myself.
I'm sorry, you wrote it yourself?
Yes.
Wrote
Is he
what?
right?
The vision.
Okay,
Wait,
I
so
don't
what-
know what you're talking about, vision, but
Okay.
apparently he wrote a vision. Isa, really, if you could detect magic,
can-
you should. I want you to see what I'm seeing, so at least we can compare notes or something.
I can do that, but unfortunately, I didn't take spell magic today, so I won't be able to help with that.
Or did
I'll make-
detect magic?
Tell her she can ritual cast it.
I think she knows she can ritual cast detect magic. It just takes time.
Talking about spell magic.
What about Darius? Have him do it. I want to scare him again.
I don't have detect magic.
Sorry, scare him again?
that's
Issa's
identify
gonna
you.
ritual cast. Issa's gonna ritual cast detect magic, but she's trying to tell the party that she didn't prep dispel magic. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh no,
Right,
no, that's
right.
chill. Darius tried to spell and it didn't work.
Hello, Issa.
She looks at Ash.
Not him, me.
He's saying hello. I think he's anticipating that you're
this.
going to just cast it instead of ritual cast it.
Why is she taking so long?
Okay, she'll cast it.
That's the spell wizard. Hello. Hello.
Sorry, you said you scared Darius before?
Yes, with the paper. The...
So you made those things?
No.
Papers?
Darius is
Can
like,
I sense
he
that
did
it's the
what?
same magic, like the same magic that was used to curse the notes as him, like his scrying magic? Can I deduce that it's the same?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Wait. So you guys are talking to my uncle?
No.
I can't deduce.
It's not
Oh,
the same thing.
oh, it's not? Okay.
Best I can tell, someone that says their name's Damien doesn't mean he's your uncle automatically, does it?
It's also Enigma.
What do you want from us?
What do you mean it's also Enigma?
It's also Midian.
Midian.
Enigma was
Have you ever
that
heard of
fortune
Midian
teller that
before?
told us we were looking for a cat.
Well, I said a lot of things. I didn't want to make it too easy.
So you're claiming you're the fortune teller named Enigma?
Yes.
Veracity was right about the anagrams. That's so stupid.
You're stupid. Tell Frey she's stupid.
What do you want with us?
I don't know if that's really the most helpful use of everyone's time.
What do I want?
Ask him why he scared me.
Just fun. The same answer to that one as well.
Just fun.
Apparently everything's for fun.
Have nothing else to do
Cute.
with your time?
No, not really. Not right now, anyway. Not until you all arrive. In Little Leaf.
Alright.
And you can see me in
Arrive where?
person.
Why
don't
do
know.
we...
Want to see you.
We don't think we're looking for you. We're
Oh.
looking for someone else.
Who are you looking for?
What's
Don't
he
you know?
saying?
Yes, I do, but I want to hear you say it.
Hello?
Tell
Are
her
you my
hello.
uncle?
Tell her sort of.
Veracity. He says sort of, but I don't know if you should take... You should take anything he says with a grain of salt, I think.
Well, I mean, I guess it's good I can't hear him then, but,
I don't know what sort of means in this
It
context.
means I'm
It's
actually
very
an Enigma me. Great fortune
that's
teller.
very right. But that's confusing because usually a person is just one person.
Oh, I'm sorry, then I'm Midian head.
I thought you killed Damien.
Yes.
I thought it killed Damien.
It's true, I did.
Sorry you had to find out like that, Veracity. Sorry. Oh, we are going to get to it. It was
Very tragic. Am I letting you
You're-
have an uncle and he's dead the next minute?
your uncle is
Oh.
dead.
my uncle is dead?
Yes,
Who are you
but
guys
a long time.
talking to right?
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
We can hold a
No.
funeral later.
You're also Median Het. You are Enigma. You are Damien. You are all these different people. And how long have you been spying on us?
Oh, since you entered the plains.
Right. How did you know to start spying on us?
Very big alarm spell.
That sounds improbable, but I guess I've also just ran into a mimic much bigger than I ever thought they could be.
Oh, I saw
told
that.
you
That
so.
was very harrowing. I'm glad you all made it out alive.
Right.
I guess it's the most wonderful of adventures. I didn't really want to talk to you so early, but you seem very interested in me. More interested than I expected.
Why are you spying on us?
It's fun.
It's fun. If it stopped being
It's
fun, you'd spy on
disgusting.
someone else?
Let's say yes.
What are you
Have I
talking
heard of
about?
any of those names ever?
Which
He's
is
Like,
saying
all the
that
things that
he's
he goes
spying on us for fun, and he has been since we came into the plains because he cast a giant alarm spell across apparently the entire plains.
Have you heard of any of these names? Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Damien is the
16.
name you just got from the two people who watched the scry.
Yep.
Midian is the name
Yep.
you got in Stratisha, of the person who is probably of the Golden Maiden Guild in Little Eve. Enedma Me was the psychic that you met in Billowhalf.
See.
And they are all anagrams of each other.
Right, it's like playing a child's game.
Wonder what he wants.
Are you related to the
No.
strike?
Oh, right, you haven't figured that out yet. Then I'll say no. Or, no, I'll say maybe.
Do you know where?
Can I assume
Brass
someone is like explaining, like relaying what is being said back and
Yeah.
forth?
Okay,
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll Ash will continuously relay.
You should teach it magic,
you
it's not
not-
very
No,
difficult.
Are you not a Dira?
Brass.
Me?
You.
Oh, you haven't figured that out. Maybe.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was a Dira that we were talking. It's the same voice that I saw in the vision that was like at the end, right? When
Yeah,
that was like,
at
oh, I
the end.
killed him. Yeah, okay.
Wait, you're talking to my sister?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Tell her maybe.
How
wait.
how could it be a maybe? Is that a her or not?
I am he, I am she.
Adira, is that you?
What should I say? What do you think?
Adira?
Veracity, it's not your sister.
Tell her maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Issa, tell her
Tell
maybe.
you what.
Why would I do that?
Fun? Mischief?
I could
Because you're
tell her
a
maybe
rascal?
he stops spying
Wish
on
Darius
us.
could talk to me. I could convince him.
You really could.
Look, Enedma, Damien, whatever you. Do you know? You said you killed Damien, or no?
Yes.
Right. Did you also kill her parents?
That's a very good question, isn't it? And the only way you'll find out is if you come find me in Little Leaf.
Right, of course, because you want us to go to Little Leaf very badly for some reason.
Can you choose a place that's closer to us?
Okay, where would you like to go?
Down the street, maybe?
Down the street? I don't really want to go to the Manta's Descent. So
It's
far
just like
away.
phrase tactic. Have we tried asking them yet?
It's 100% success rate so far.
See, it would be very easy for me to come to you. That's not the issue. It's I need you to come to me.
Why?
Why?
Because.
Because.
Yep.
Why?
Indeed. Well, you see, because.
Right,
I
because
hate
of the wonderful.
Because
things
of
about
the reasons.
I have a question out of character. So if I use identify on myself, I can learn whether any spells are affecting the item or what they are, and if the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. So if I like scrying on me, right? So if I touch myself, would I be able to learn like what spell and stuff like that?
Yeah, you can.
Why not? I'll just do it.
It's not on you. It's on the diva. Identify her. Oh, veracity.
What was this? What's it saying?
Oh, now that I have you here and we're on a call, is she really undead? Because I haven't seen it yet.
That's none of your business.
Ash?
I'm trying to make heads or tails out of you right now.
I
It's
have
not
both a
really-
head and a tail. Like a coin.
I slowly ritual cast on veracity, like after I failed the first one.
Yep.
You seem like you're very powerful, and yet
Thank you.
you don't want to come to us. You want us to come to you. You need us to come to you for something.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, you wanted
Trying to
more
figure out if
elaboration.
this frivolity
Well,
is an act.
well, can you cast teleportation circle? No?
No.
Not really the spellcaster
Yes, well,
group.
then how am I going to get you to me?
Right.
You can walk.
Right, and that's what I'm asking you to do. To come to me,
Why?
little leaf. I've already told you why. Because.
And supposedly
So
you have these
confused.
answers. If we do make it a little leaf, you'll actually answer us about what happened to Veracity's parents, about where her sister is.
Oh, yes.
Or we just go there and you'll vanish like smoke as soon as you get what you want.
No. I fully intend to make some type of deal with, well, mainly Veracity, but you're all very funny as well, so probably all of you.
Could you ask if if my sister's okay? She's alive, right?
Ella better than she is, probably.
Sorry, her sister is better off than
That was dark.
Veracity?
Yes, if Veracity is undead.
Right. Can you prove that? You have evidence.
Well, not here, and by here I mean, well, here is Little Leaf, but there is Impostra. No? Well, no. Not really.
Well, how do we know that you're telling the truth, that you have answers to these questions, and you haven't just been spying on us to figure out what we want?
Okay, well, counterpoint. Do you have any other leads on the other things that you're going to do? Leads that didn't come from me, I mean. I didn't think so. So what else are you going to do, funny little man?
You come up with something.
What's
Give
an
me a
in Boston phrase? I have you by the balls.
I'm just saying, I think I would get along with this guy really well.
I think I
I'm
would get
trying to-
along well with Darius as well. Tell him that.
I'm
Yes,
gonna
yes.
try to. I'm still waving my shovel around.
Tell her to
He
go a little
thinks he
higher.
will get along with you really well as well, and for some reason I don't doubt it, but... Okay, let's say we agree to come find you in Little Leaf. Will you leave us alone to talk in private? Or are you going to continue to spy on us?
Why can't I listen?
Doesn't seem very polite, does it, to listen in on other people's conversations?
This feels like
Tell him it
has
wouldn't
something
be
to
fun.
do with me. What do you mean by
Isn't it
that?
more fun to add an element of surprise? If you already know what the moves are going to be made, where's the fun for you?
Make a persuasion check, Darius. That's a really good point.
Hey guys, don't worry, I'm good at these.
Damn.
Guys, I'm good at these.
Nice.
That's a very good point. Okay then, I will see you in Little Leaf. Goodbye. And the eye closes, the mouth closes, the other eye closes, and then it's gone.
Look at that, guys. He's a bard.
Right, he's gone now. I guess you really did understand him. If anyone can.
Well, from what you guys were describing, it sounds like he just wants to have fun.
I think it's something more than just that. I wonder what he's been using to scry on veracity. I wonder how.
Whether he just wants to have fun or has other motives, a being that I don't know. I just get the sense that this being is very powerful. If they're telling the truth, they put an alarm spell across half the continent.
And he was able to implant a vision in a person of the faith. What are they called again? The first watcher?
The first keeper.
First keeper, that's the one. Which is supposedly unheard of.
Hold on, and Frey will like kind of explain really briefly like the vision that they saw to the party. They said that these children were Damien's to raise. What does that mean? Could this be? You said your family, the powers from a draconic bloodline. Could that be related?
I'm not sure. Out of character, would my sister have had the same? Yeah, I would guess since we're twins.
Yeah, all of you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, our family, the last name's Gold because, you know, we do get our powers from Golden Dragon.
What does that mean? That you get your
I don't know what that
from
means.
Them?
I it's not something I did. I just have these powers.
Isn't it just the sorcerers, people with innate magic talents often come from
like you're descended from dragons? Someone made a contract with dragons years ago, generations ago?
I think it's my ancestor. I think that's the way my dad and mum tried to explain it to me.
Somebody fucked a dragon?
Okay,
it's very hard
Frey,
to do that.
I don't think.
There are tales about bards doing stranger things, okay?
I'm not saying that I have done it, but it is a hard thing to do.
I don't want to know. I did
But
not.
would.
I don't think it's relevant to the conversation at all, Darius.
Don't worry, I'm not into dragons. No offense for us.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I just don't understand. So I had an uncle and something about my uncle, and then he's not alive anymore, and then something about my sister. Everyone was just talking all at once, so it's hard to make sense of what was really real.
Well, if this being is telling the truth, and I'm not comfortable saying that it's anything humanoid or normal at this point, but if it's telling the truth, then your sister is alive, and it has information about where she is, and about what happened to your parents. And
Wait,
unfortunately, I think it's right. We don't have leads other than the ones that it has given us.
When you guys said that this thing killed my uncle, right?
Well, the voice said that to us in the vision.
I'm so
Yes.
confused.
Well, and the being was doing the scry with golden mouth or whatever, it also said that it killed your uncle. So if it's the same voice, was that the same voice as from your vision?
We couldn't hear the voice you guys heard.
To me, but like me,
Right.
the player.
No, I just
Yeah.
I didn't think about it before I asked.
Yeah. Well, the keeper of the church has said that it's possible we're in danger, and we do have to go back to Unatune from this cursed weapon. The keeper has asked that we bring veracity as well. And we have told the keeper that the keeper may not. What was exactly what he said? He will not.
I made him promise not to keep veracity.
And he said, I promise I will not keep this tiefling. That I believe others of the faith will guide them. But I don't know. She's tiefling, undead.
Well, I mean, we didn't go into like details. We just made them promise.
Yeah.
So, you know, a man of the faith would not break his promise under the gods.
It would be awfully weaselly to you try to use that as an excuse to get out of a promise, and I don't think you can say that she's not a tiefling even in these circumstances.
Well,
it may
what
be
if they
safer.
don't- Go ahead, Frey.
The keeper said it may be safer in the church grounds where it's hallowed. Cannot be scried on there.
But if it's hallowed, how will that affect me?
That is a good question.
Good question.
And you mentioned he promised not to keep me, but I doubt the Cadus Faith wanted to keep me. They just wanted to kill me.
No,
so
no, no,
I
no.
don't.
The Cadus, they're the unique breed. The Sarum are, no offense, a bit. I think they understand nuance a bit more, and they understand the impeding threat and how to work towards getting rid of that threat rather than immediate execution.
Oh. But yeah, I'm just a little iffy about the whole hallowed ground thing. Because wouldn't that mean it's holy?
Yes.
Yes. Though
And
you were able to walk in the Runite temple, were you not?
yeah, I was, but wasn't the Runite temple kind of abandoned when we went?
It was, but in theory it should be hallowed ground as well.
In any case, we are bound by your trial, and if we cannot get you in, they cannot lay a finger on you.
Oh, okay. Do you guys think it's a good idea then to just? But I thought we were supposed to go to Little Leaf. Would going
I think
to the
getting more information might be nice before dealing with a crazy person.
It's possible we can try the scry once more, and it would be much more effective if you had anything, like you were present, or if you had anything that was like a body part of your sister or hair or something.
I mean,
We're still not well recovered from the whole fight with the mimic.
And I need to stay anyway to get this weapon Unatune from me.
I think we should risk it. I think perhaps if it's possible, let's hold off on bringing veracity until we are somewhat more recovered than we are now, though.
They were a little already skeptical of us because we got reverse scryed. So, like, I hate to push boundaries and whatnot, but I do think I think going without veracity would leave a sour taste in their mouths to helping us out further.
I'm not saying we'll never show up with veracity. I'm thinking that you said that they had to ask you a bunch of questions and just delay a little bit.
Yes, but the way that the keeper was talking felt like it was pretty urgent, like that we got veracity over.
Urgent for who, though?
He said potentially danger for all.
Yes, I do agree with that assessment, given what we just saw. And he looks at Issa. I don't think that kind of thing is normal.
It's not.
Is anything
But I also
this party
don't know that the
encounters
church
normal?
can protect us from that.
What? Excuse me for not knowing, but how does this religion feel about undead?
Oh no, they don't. They won't be happy if they find that out.
Which is why I made them promise.
Yes, but that's also why I think we should delay. If they keep their promise and they don't try to cause trouble about it, or it doesn't come up, then that's great. And that works out well for us and for them. But if they do detect Veracity's current state, and they do take issue with it and decide that this is exceptional enough to break their promise, or to try to wiggle out of it, we should be in the kind of shape where we can get out of there.
And so what do you propose I explain to the keeper then?
I don't know, say that she's nervous and that she's collecting herself and that we have other business in the town. We have to pick up money from the Adventurers Guild. I still want to try to do some training with the horses before we leave town. And they need to ask you the questions and do this interrogation about whatever you promised them anyway.
I feel like if we tell them, oh, she's helping train horses, instead of potentially getting to the bottom of this, or at least scratching the surface,
She's
it feels like they're
unavailable for five days. That's all.
You know, I mean, it is pretty shocking to know I had an uncle this whole time and that he's also been murdered. So,
Well, I mean, it's like,
I don't know about you guys, but
It is, even if I were not one of the faithful, it is difficult to lie to a keeper.
they're
She,
very
like,
perspective.
Tilts her head to the side, and so I do not know if it would be in the best interest for us to, but I will try to keep the nature of Veracity's existence not a conversation topic unless it comes up.
Unless it comes... Never mind.
Although, to be fair, when I did mention undead, they really didn't bat an eyelash.
And they might be fine, relatively speaking, but it's still the faith we're talking about, and it's... We seem to have all agreed to try to solve our problems, each other's problems, and not involve the powers that would perhaps resort to more drastic measures. At any rate, I'm not saying to break a promise to them, I'm just saying we should stall. You don't have to lie. It has been a... She does need to recover, as do all of us, and they may be saying that they need to do it for our safety, but how do we know they can keep us any safer than we can keep ourselves out here?
Alright, we will stall then. I will go back, I will get my weapon unattuned, and we will regale them with our tales of saving the Rockhead. nice old dog crypt ruins. When we are recovered, Veracity, do you feel comfortable enough to go? Or at least try to go?
I kind of feel like we have no choice, and
The other choice is to just turn tail and head to Little Leaf right away.
but you guys gave them your word, right? So
We definitely need
And-
time.
I definitely feel like rushing to Little Leaf, knowing how powerful that thing was. No ordinary person can just spy that consistently or have an alarm spell that large. As we are
and maybe
now.
Maybe the first keeper would be more easy to reason with. I mean, you guys don't think I behave like a normal undead, do you? Maybe they'll realize that this was an unusual side effect of a spell gone wrong. Maybe they can help. Maybe this will actually be the better option. Maybe they can even help me. Right? Because they know so much.
I don't know.
Possible. But it's a risk either way. I think we should go and stall as well. At least for now. And see how they feel about us not bringing Veracity immediately.
If they get too upset, we can change course then, yes.
Okay. Alright, Darius, let's go bear some bad news.
What
You don't have
time is
to-
it?
10 a.m.
Oh, I was like, oh, what if we like long rested? Like, we just went to sleep at 10 a.m. Yeah,
I do
we
need
can
to go back eventually because I need to get this weapon off of me.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah, we
you
can
want
head
any more,
back.
crazy. Oh, voices.
The voices.
If the temple is concerned again, just I'm sure you can figure it out.
I do think I need some time to process this myself anyway, so it wouldn't be like you guys are lying. Just be safe, both of you.
What's the worst that could happen? We get eaten by a tavern-sized mimic?
I know I was wrong, Darius. You don't have to.
Just let us know somehow if something goes wrong.
How far is the Gather Taverns from this temple?
For you, the better part of an hour. Normally, like 30 minutes.
Okay. So like more than 600 feet.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, if we're not,
we'll let you know.
yeah, if we're not here by the evening, we're dead. So you can have that on your
We'll come look
consciences.
for you. If
Oh, that too.
you guys are not back by
I don't think
maybe
the church
3.
is going to kill you.
Frey looks
I don't know.
uncomfortable at that.
I seem to remember a ginormous laser splitting apart a whole city from the church,
Of the Shadow Heresy.
which was
And
part of the church.
The Arch Cardinal of both
Who
the
is in
Shadow
charge of
Heresy
the
and
church.
the church.
Yes.
Great, I'm glad we're
Would
on
you
the
just want
same
to go
page.
the Trevite again?
Yes, let's get going, Frey. We're going to need time to get there.
Alright, shamble.
Okay, you go back. Hello?
Oh,
Hello.
yes. While they're traveling, that 1 hour that they're traveling, is it possible for me to like go to my room and try to think about my childhood?
before we moved to Straticia, to see if I can remember anything about my uncle Damien or anything from my family, to make better sense of everything that's happening.
Are you planning on going back to Straticia?
No, my room. I'm trying to go back in my mind palace to see if I recall anything from my childhood before we moved.
Oh, I see. Before, not present tense, past tense. Before you're moving,
Yes.
before you moved to Straticia from wherever you were.
Yes. Because if it seems like it was around when she was maybe 3 or 4, right? That it happened. So maybe if she can focus and try to recollect her memories, she might find more information.
You're trying to recall memories from... Okay, I understand. Yeah, make a... I feel like this almost isn't history, because I feel like this is trying to get into your memories, more like deduction than it is history. Yeah, I'll say make an investigation check.
Oh god. Okay, and I'm in my room, I have the blinds closed, I'm not in sunlight, so would you be okay with me rolling straight?
Yeah, you can be inside.
Okay.
14.
14.
Like most people, early childhood is a blur. There are some memories that peek out, but in terms of anything that would be relevant to this situation, you remember that you were somewhere else. You remember that there was an explanation that you needed to move to the city for what felt like a good reason at the time, right? To meet ends meet. But the only thing that you can really recall is you feel like life was probably better where you were. It felt like countryside, it was bright, it was outside, fresh air, and instead you went to a city. You went to Pennytown, a place where you effectively lived in poverty for the significant portion of your childhood.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would like to continue to try to scour my mind palace, since she knows that there's conflicting information, right? From what she thought was what happened versus what she's kind of recollecting. So if you're okay with it, while the party, or like Frey and Darius, are being questioned, she would like to continue doing this.
Yeah, the next check will require a day, and the check after that will require a week. So you can make another one for the duration of like today and then tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, like right now?
Well, if the day passes, but we don't know yet.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
Frey and Darius, you're going back?
Yeah.
Yes. Empty-handed.
Okay, we're going to just condense this for the sake of time to a check. You're basically going to present the argument that... What, she was not feeling it?
Well, the argument Frey was going to say was like, my party's a bunch of assholes. And I explained to them how important this was for the church, but they are not godly people, and so I'm having trouble.
Oh, I was gonna say that we did talk to the dude via dispel or detect magic, and they're very shaken up and also assholes.
I see. One of you can make a persuasion check.
That we talked to them? Okay.
Well, like, I'm not gonna lie. Darius doesn't lie.
Darius don't lie. That's true.
I'll make the persuasion check. Because I'm good at these. Yeah, 25.
25. You sense that there is an uncertainty, less frustration and more concern. But regardless, they allow you back in. Frey, you can have your item unattuned to you. That's fine.
Oh, thank God.
They'll do that, and then you can begin your regaling of your tale. If you want to do this, it will require a full week, at which point they'll pay you.
Yeah. I'll tell them about Aldok, the Aldach ruins, all the things that were in there, like the different ritual chambers we found, that they use like ancient dwarvish like words as like the fast pace to get into things. Yeah, and like that one chamber, like where I lost my
Your
charisma.
charisma. Yeah. And it's all written
can
down
they fix
in
that?
painstaking detail. Can they fix that? They explain that it's possible, but it would require significant component costs.
Need that anyway, to be honest.
Yeah, you're charismatic enough.
But given enough
Maybe
time, they
Agreed.
would gather the resources and it would be possible, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's good to know that it is possible, so keep that in our back pocket. And then she'll start talking about Larok Head as well with Darius and like the keeper, Streza that we encountered.
Strager, yeah.
Strager that we encountered, and like what was going on with the hammer keep falling, and then the when we went to the Rockhead and how we dispelled like the magic thing with the giant soul,
The soul sucker
vortex.
You do like the old school like episodic thing where there's like the recap episode, and you just like go through all of your adventures. Yeah.
I would just like to point.
They like pantomime some of the things too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Darius is making himself sound amazing in this story.
Make a performance.
Yeah, then I pulled out freaking spirit guardians, like because cleric.
He pulls spirit guardians out just to demonstrate how cool he looked.
Yeah, Frey, you note every time that Darius goes to embellish, the scribe in the corner stops writing and then resumes once you start getting to the facts.
My cape is also billowing.
Just
want to point that out.
The rapier dancing next to him always strikes true.
Yes, always.
Yeah.
It's only ever missed.
And he's never wrong.
When it
And his
has.
phrases are very cool. They're always
Yes.
very cool.
It always strikes until it doesn't.
Yeah,
Right.
we'll do that for as long as they need. Presumably taking long rests at night, though.
Yes,
Ask them
please.
if we
Well,
can
if the
do
party
that.
wants to commit to this week, you can just do that.
Yes. Long rest.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you can take
Gosh.
7 long rests.
Shit out of
Fantastic.
here.
Nice.
No longer exhausted.
I think we need to take a gold out for each day.
1 gold per person each day. So,
I
apart from veracity, which would be 3 gold, 5 silver.
I'm gonna remove a bunch of silver for the horses. Hold on, I know how
21
to do math.
silver.
Yes,
And as
I
the
do.
week comes to a close, once again the topic is brought up for veracity to come to the foundry, so they can.
should Veracity make
conduct research.
her mind palace rolls?
Yes.
And yeah, and can Ash have spent time taking the horses out of the city to train them more?
Yeah, you can absolutely do that as a downtown activity. You make a animal handling check. Veracity make 1 for 1 day of mind palacing and 1 for the week of downtime mind palacing.
Oof.
Rough.
Man, not doing very well.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you don't really expect a need to go back and start thinking about childhood memories again, and thus it's not really one of those things you commit to memory. You remember it was nicer at one point, and then it wasn't, but you were always convinced that this had to be done for the good of the family.
21 on animal handling check. What does that get in terms of progress?
21. Well, this is the first time you've had like a big like open space and open field to really run them around. That's a success for sure. You can. How many notches are you up on right now?
They're all at 4 out of 12 right now.
4 out of 12. You can add 2.
Okay. We're halfway there.
Pretty good going. A couple months of dedicated training for war horses. Pretty good.
Be a shame if they died.
Wow.
It certainly would be.
Just gonna. Issa, what'd you do with your downtime?
Issa's going to. Well, we're in Nimbastra, right?
We are, unless you choose to
So-
be elsewhere.
Hypothetically, I could use that time to help Veracity figure out a way for her to be able to function in sunlight, I believe.
Yeah. There are.
I could hit the
Yeah, you can hit the libraries. There are, multiple libraries in Nimbastra. Yeah, I would say if you're trying to develop a countermeasure, we'll make this an Arcana check.
Okay. Dude, I'm rolling. Okay, 13.
13. You figure that there is probably a way that you can pen a spell to make this happen. And this would be the first steps in you creating, theoretically, a new spell. It's possible that other people have done this in the past and has either since been lost or has never made it into sort of the quote-unquote mainstream magic, right? Like, named spells are stuff that's taught at, colleges and universities of magic, and is something that the vast majority of spellcasters know. But there are certainly other rituals that exist in the world. Certainly create army of undead doesn't exist, but there certainly are necromancers out in the world who probably do rituals like that. Regardless, you begin the first steps of creating your very own spell. This is a 12-notch timer, and that will be the first segment.
Okay.
Wow, she's making her own shadow magic.
Yes.
Ayo.
Once it's complete, it will have your name attached to it.
Nice.
That's so cool. That's really cool. Sorry, that's really nerdy and lame.
Sunscreen.
Cool, I think that's all the downtime, right? And then Darius and Frey, at the end of your week, the topic of bringing Veracity back is brought up as a topic of import and haste and caution, given that there could be a threat now to the Sarum Church.
We will try and convince them once again.
Yeah,
Have they given me my money yet, or is it like a...
No, they haven't.
Will you bring Veracity here?
It's pretty much the implication, yeah.
Okay.
Like, once all business is concluded, they'll give you your gold.
Can we also get the gold from, like, we wouldn't forget to get the gold from the
Yeah, no, there certainly is a point in that week that I can just go in, get the gold, and leave. Yeah, you get, I think it was 4,000 halved to 2,000, right? Yeah.
That was the original terms of payment.
Yeah, and you're told by Eternus 41st, they should have the inquiry done.
Okay. Makes a note of that. Into the bag holding it goes, and that's that there. Eternus. Sorry, Eternus 41st, you said?
Yeah. And you can go to any... I'm just making a note in the calendar. You can go to any branch of the Adventurers Guild.
Right.
Deciding if in that time we would have asked them how they feel about undead, the church.
You can certainly
Like,
get the
casually
sense
slipped
that...
it in.
Well, I think you would know as a Cadus and someone who's raised in the Cadus faith, any part of the church is... That's kind of the whole shtick, is being heavily against the idea of undead.
But do they feel like more like willing to tolerate it for the sake of knowledge? Unlike, the Cadist are just like, no, you must die.
Stab.
In terms of the tier list of how mad they would be, Cadus and Brunite's pretty near the top, right? S tier of probably pretty upset about undead. Followed probably in the middle by Sarum. They don't totally not care about it. In fact, they would probably be more curious, but they would be cautious. But they probably would know more and be able to analyze more about the situation, and that could be good or bad. Because if they figure out that, yes, they're not a normal undead, it's actually much worse, then it could be escalated beyond even what the Cadus and Runites would do. But there is also a chance that they find out that actually, no, this is more like an affliction, and there would be understanding there, right? So it's a double-edged sword. It could be really good or really bad.
Yeah, but they promised that they'd let her leave, so...
They made a pinky promise.
They did make
really
a
nice
a pinky promise, but you do get the sense that the first keeper of the Sarum Church of Nimbastra probably isn't going to be beholden to a pinky promise when it comes to the idea
If he's
of
not
undead.
beholden to a pinky promise, then my belief in the gods, like, what
Well,
do you
he's
mean?
beholden to God, right? Because the God tells him to smite, and so he shall.
Right.
Well,
Darius
God should have
only
told him
says
not
that
to make
he's
a
killing
pinky
because
promise.
It's convenient.
The God should have said, don't make a pinky promise then. Like-
God say, "Thou shalt not pinky promise."
Thou
When
shalt
thou
not.
does not mean it.
Right. That's the 11th commandment. Yeah.
Okay, well, we find that information out, and we relay those vibes to the party. So, how do we feel about that? Oh, does Raynor bother me at all again whenever we go back into the church?
He expresses displeasure every single time you enter, and every single time that you enter, make an investigation check, because this is
I tell him to shut up as well.
This is deduction, yeah. Yeah, every single time you go in, he complains, and every single time you tell him to shut up, and indeed he does shut up until you leave again.
Okay.
And I would like to know, Darius thought like she was talking to him when she said shut up, and he's like, wow, rude.
And she says it every day.
Darius
normal.
saying something, and she's like, "Shut up."
Because he's talking to Dorothy.
Yep, in the lobby of the tower every time.
Yeah, Dorothy's lovely.
Yeah, she's great. Shut up.
Wow, rude.
Unbelievable.
God, Cadus, am I right? And he's like that.
Okay. Well, I can only assume he's getting expelled by the holy church vibes whenever I cross the threshold into the church. So, that's good for me in terms of what he is.
Wait, so did it not go away when she got unattuned to the dagger?
No.
No, it did not go away.
Oh. Ooh.
I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, ooh. I thought it was ooh.
However, your hunger did though. Your hunger returned to normal.
Yippee! Only one ration a day. That's
Yeah.
expensive and heavy.
How many different afflictions did you have on you?
You know, a couple.
At least 3. Yeah.
At least 3, yeah. 4 if you count the anger management issues.
I wouldn't count those.
Okay, 3. So yes, what do we think? Bring veracity there or no?
I mean, if you guys think
party meeting now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's meeting time.
It's meeting time.
Yeah, we share like the vibes we felt from the church and how they feel about undead with the party.
And the pinky promise.
And the pinky promise.
Like, I don't know, I think the monk guy, like the keeper, I think he's pretty nice. He carried me once.
Yeah, and, like Darius made a weird yelp or something as he got lifted. Like,
I just wasn't
Yeah.
expecting a man of the church to be so strong, you know?
I mean,
To be clear,
you went to Morphic Heights, right?
The Cadis are a different breed.
I recall you made a similar yelping sound when we met Lunatim, Paragon Lunatim.
Well, I mean, look at him.
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
Darius just gets tossed around by these beefy men. So yes, Veracity, how are you feeling?
Well, if you guys feel like it's safe enough, I don't mind giving it a try.
I feel
I
like
just
it
don't-
could be dangerous.
Oh.
But it could also be not dangerous.
I think the knowledge we might
Oh.
gain would be worth it.
Well, if it does become dangerous, what would be our plan then, right? Like, don't we have to prepare for the worst?
what exactly do they
can-
want to do to Veracity?
Run.
Oh, actually, yeah. Could we have asked them what they want to do with Veracity in that week?
What do they want to do?
Yeah, like what is it like for the scry or something else?
Ooh, I think this is locked behind a persuasion check.
No, I got this. This is gonna be the when I get a nat one. Oh no, 24.
24. They explained there would be a
Nice.
myriad of things that they would need to
Nice having a bard.
figure out. They would need to potentially analyze if there is a connection between Veracity and this being, right? Probably perform the scry again with Veracity as the focus. Potentially gather any information in a way that they would need to ward the Sarum Temple. And also see if there's any immediate danger to the party. Also potentially scour Veracity's memories for any indication of who or what this creature is.
Yeah, but that's what they said.
Well, it doesn't sound very malicious or anything, so
Okay.
Like, what's the worst that would
If they-
happen? You die? Well,
right. I died before, right?
yeah. What's saying? Seventh try is a charm.
If
I
they
mean,
try
regardless, I do
anything,
agree.
I will remind them your life is bound to mine by trial.
I think we should all go together.
Yes.
If
we
something
should.
goes wrong, at least we can
Dimension
all
door
try
out of there.
to help.
Can someone prepare a dimension door?
I have it prepared.
Okay.
I also have a spell scroll with it.
I don't have it prepared, guys.
Well,
You
I have a spell
wait.
scroll with it.
You could have prepared it. This is like over the course of
Yeah,
a week,
we've had. Yeah. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
You're having this conversation over the
that's
course of
allowed,
the week,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And you've
cool.
had 7 chances to prepare a spell, so.
Well, I prepared. Awesome.
And maybe like a fireball would be nice.
Just in case.
You never know.
I don't have fireball anymore, so
I mean, we can go buy a fireball scroll, and then you could learn it.
Phrase
throughout
like
the
I
week.
saw Issa cast fireball. It's true.
Real
one
and
else saw it.
true.
and
I'm
it
not crazy,
somehow did
guys.
damage than if I just use my sword. So I think I'll pass.
All right, everybody as a party go together.
Oh yeah, they told me that they don't hate wizards. So you're fine,
Well,
Issa.
Okay. That is great. Okay.
Alright, are we all heading over to the church?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's like a family field trip.
Yep.
Yikes.
Okay, you all eventually, it's around midday on the 13th, and you arrive at the Sarum Temple. The Seeker, Dorothy, is outside there to greet you. Hello.
Hello, Dorothy. Lovely to see you again.
Yes, I have seen you every day of this last week.
Yes. We brought our party members this time.
Ah, good.
Oh my god, yesterday was the holy day as well.
It was. 6 be with you.
Prayed with them. I prayed with them.
We did.
Yeah, six be with you.
Well then. I don't know how many days this will take, but I think it's important to do it.
Yes, let's get started as soon as possible. Time is of the essence.
Have I been noticing at what point I feel the pressure and like my vision clear up every time I've been entering?
Yeah, it's like a little past the threshold, like maybe 5 to 10 feet. Like almost like there's like a welcome mat, and then just after that.
Okay, like when we get to that point, I'll like kind of slow down, like as we're following her.
Okay. Yep, I mean, she strides ahead. She just opens the door and leads the way, leaving the door open behind her. You stride after her, and once again, Raynard just pipes up, say, I hate this place.
God, you fucking leave me alone.
Leave you alone when you stop needing me. And then the voice is gone.
Oh.
The voices.
I'm gonna turn around and watch to see if like Veracity can make it through.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, what I suppose we need a marching order. What's the marching order? Frey first.
I thought
God,
Frey
I
was like
hate the
middle-ish.
marching orders.
Well, I think we should put Veracity in the middle.
Sure. Yeah.
Darius is
I
talking
agree.
to Dorothy, so he's like probably up front.
Yeah, and I'm probably behind Darius.
I'll be
'Cause
behind
I need to tell him to
Veracity.
shut up again.
Yeah, it's on brand at this point. It's ritual.
This time she says, "Leave me alone." Darius is like, I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah, I wasn't even talking to you, bro.
And is there a technical reason why you have your cloak billowing?
Oh, well, I spent good gold on this.
Ah.
Frey like says that she like clutches her head.
He always has the cloak billowing. He never turns it off.
I think it adds a nice dramatic flair to life.
And then Frey's like, leave me alone. And we're like, huh.
Oh, leave me alone!
I can stop billowing. Gosh.
I mean,
He doesn't
he's
stop
always
billowing.
the cloak. I don't know why it's bothering you so much right now.
She always gets fussy around this point. It's always like, shut up, Darius. Leave me alone, Darius.
And then
Why are
Veracity,
you-
and then Issa.
Yep.
Yep. Just by virtue of I was talking to Darius.
Yep.
The other marching order.
And then Veracity, you enter the threshold and continue after the party? Question mark?
Oh.
Stop to like watch this because she can tell like clearly this seems to be the delineation of their like hallowed ground. She feels much better actually while she's in there. Maybe we should go run back to the church.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, maybe use my toe first as I step forward.
Yeah, as you approach, you feel, probably for the first time since you've turned, a feeling of sickness.
I don't got a good feeling about this.
Alright.
Just feeling a little nauseous.
Right.
Not sure if I should continue on. Maybe I just ate. Oh, wait. In her head, she's like, I don't eat though, so why would I be nauseous?
It is
Well,
okay. I understand why you hide your form, but this place no negative effect against tieflings.
Oh. Right. She's gonna look at Frey. Like, do I go?
Do I know what happens if like undead try to enter like hallowed ground?
Make a religion check.
Imagine she just fucking dies.
At advantage, you're Cadist.
Okay. 23.
Oh.
Hallowed spells can have a variety of effects, and they typically target things that you're very familiar with: celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, undead, etc. They can be a lot of different effects that just apply to the area, but they can be sort of targeted effects at specific creatures within that grouping.
Okay. And so it's not like if she goes in, she's going to die. It's more like it would not allow her to enter.
There's a sort of plethora of effects, ranging from those creatures being able to communicate with each other, or you being able to communicate with them. Them being more vulnerable to certain types of damage, typically radiant. It could be like a binding spell, right, of some kind. Hallowed spells not typically, but can be used sort of to bind extra planar creatures that are plane. So it could be good or bad, or neutral.
Okay.
But it will have an effect, likely.
Okay. And I'm just fairly certain this is like where the hallowed ground starts. It's based off of vibes.
Yeah.
Based off of vibes.
Like suddenly my sinuses are cleared whenever I walk here. So.
Yeah, breathing in 4K.
I'll kind of stop, and I'll say, yes. See, the issue we spoke of earlier, the reason why I issued trial by combat. She has been afflicted with something that makes many holy spaces an issue, problematic.
I see. In what way?
I'm gonna look at Veracity.
Just makes me a bit nauseous. Maybe I've been cursed. I don't know.
Step forwards.
Sorry, that was out of character. She'll hesitantly step forward. Is this it? Is this how I get smited?
Silvery blue and granite beams of light erupt from the floor, almost like bars, trapping Veracity in place.
Oh, shit.
Oh!
Ash just instinctively reaches for his weapons.
My hand also goes to one of these weapons.
You brought an undead into our halls.
What's going on? Hello?
As I understand it, you promised to let her leave as well.
That was based on, as the first keeper understood, that she was a tiefling, and nothing more.
So the word of the Tsar means nothing?
She is a tiefling.
I am a tiefling.
The word of the faith means everything, but not when deceived.
You can tell. Has she been introducing herself as a keeper or as a
seeker? A
seeker. You can see clearly, seeker. She is not. She has been afflicted with this. This is different from the undead. The fate has been sworn to fight.
In what way?
She has her consciousness.
She speaks, and she can feel, and she can have faith.
Then you brought a high-level undead into these halls. Is this a lich?
What did... Is it a he or she?
Dorothy?
Oh, okay.
Do-
Sorry.
Do we
Um,
understand
does she-
what? Oh, sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. No, go ahead.
Also, really quick question. When the cage that appeared around her, that happened when she stepped in, or did Dorothy do that?
It happens when she steps in,
Okay, so that was like the hollowed thing.
presumably, yeah.
Okay.
Do we understand what a lich is well enough to answer that question?
Make a religion check, DC 21.
Can I choose to not understand what that is?
You can choose to not understand, yes.
I am not familiar, Seeker, with what a lich. Oh, sorry. What did she say? She didn't say lich, right? She said a higher level.
She said both.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. I do not. I'm afraid I'm not sure what a lich is.
You're a rune knight, you can have advantage on that.
All right. Like I think I understand what a lich is. I just don't know if I can make a coherent argument.
Yeah, you probably heard like it's certainly there have been tales of.
Right, like I know that they're undead.
Everyone knows
can I
what the
make a check?
Baba Yaga is, but right, you don't know if you
Yeah.
could form an argument around the folklore around it.
Can I make a check as well from being alive for a long time and
For
hearing things?
being alive for a long time, do you have proficiency in religion?
In religion? I do actually.
Really? Okay, yeah, you can make a check.
Yeah, I do, surprisingly.
Great, perfect.
Oh, lovely, 15.
15. Definitely heard of liches, right? You have been called a lich as an insult multiple times because you're so old, but you don't know, you can't form a coherent argument.
All right, lovely. We know how this looks, and it's not looking too great. But I think the whole situation at hand is a lot graver than dealing with a girl who has been afflicted with something that she can't control.
I can attest that she seems to be herself, and that there's been no changes in her personality in such a way that I would be concerned that her soul is missing.
Please, I'm not what you think it looks like. They're telling the truth.
Veracity, make a persuasion check. Straight roll.
Oh god. 25.
You're good at those.
25.
You will submit to marking, and the Sauron Faith will track you.
May I understand what that means? Like, am I just going to be watched?
Yes.
We add another to the watching list.
You can see
I'm-
like Ash's a lot there's a lot of tension just comes out of his shoulders as this is the demand they're making.
I understand, and honestly, I think that's good, because I know I am still me. I know this was something that happened outside of my control, and I know I'm not evil or anything like that, so sure, go ahead.
You see, she sort of wets her lips and shouts, "Seekers!" And other Sauron Seekers enter the room. Dispel any enchantments on this one, and then bring them to the room on the basement floor for marking. You see the other Seekers nod. They're going to cast Dispel Magic on you. Do you do anything?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, would it matter if I just undid my illusion magic? I guess I'm thinking
do.
if they're accepting, I guess I'm thinking that if they've accepted that I'm not like a normal undead, right, and that I'm not evil, that they just wanted to mark me, me taking off my illusion magic won't change things, right?
I mean, yeah, that's a hypothesis.
Okay, well, I still think that it's probably better for me to undo it myself instead of them being shocked after they do it. Sika, I can just undo my glamour. And again, this is just because I wanted to look more like how I felt comfortable. And again, what I look like now was definitely not what I looked like before things happened outside of my control. So please understand. And then she's gonna undo her illusion magic. She's gonna take off her hat.
Okay. For the sake of time, we'll condense this. They are initially shocked, but they are convinced enough to allow you into the halls. The hallow is on you dispelled. You are brought into a room for marking, and it's insisted that you are all marked. Does everybody consent to be marked by the Sarum Faith?
Wait, can I ask, like, what that does? Can I ask them what that does?
Make a persuasion check.
So how long does
And
this
then,
last?
can I think about if I know what that means?
You think about. You can make a religion check. Yeah.
At advantage?
Yeah. With the 10, they explain that it's to track your whereabouts, and effectively, if they ever get the sense that you have gone off the deep end and they need to track you down for you to be destroyed, they would be able to find you.
Like what if there's like a guy who lives inside me?
Wait.
Do you ask that?
No, I'm just based off of I'm like thinking about like this. Okay,
So-
I've heard
so
tales
when-
of knights that have, you know, gone rogue and turned their blades at the sword, and their swords at the church, and you know, I like know what, you know, I kind of know what the church does.
Right.
And
I have a friend, and they have this affliction where they have a guy in the head who is a shadow.
like, is it a scribe?
Just
Or is it,
hypothetically,
like...
if we were to do what would happen?
I'm like reasoning that out. I'm not asking that
right.
out loud.
With a 10, they explain that you have no cause for concern. This is really only to deal with what veracity is, and all of you sort of by proxy. With a 22 on your religion check, you know from the Cadist angle is marking is sort of rarely done, because why would you mark them if you could just destroy them, right? But certainly they are occasionally used. You understand effectively what the mark would do with a 22, is give them advantage on, they would instantly know how to track you, and if any effects against you would have advantage. So if they were to attack you, they'd have advantage.
So chill.
It's a bit like a hunter's mark, actually.
How long does it last?
It's giving them some control.
Yeah.
And means to like scry and track us down and make sure that, you know, we're saying that this undead is not a threat. They're gonna check and make sure that that's true.
Yeah, and as long as it is, then it's fine.
It's just putting a microchip and shock collar on.
Yes, the microchip in you. Yeah.
Yep.
So before the party could answer, could veracity maybe say something?
Depends what the something is.
I have a moment. Yeah. Sika, it's not their fault. Please, just they've done nothing wrong. I'm the only abomination here, so please just only mock me. Like, I wouldn't want them to have to, you know, be inconvenienced just because of me, you know? Like, please.
Make a deception check at disadvantage.
Wait, why would that be a deception? She's
Issa
telling the
created
truth. She
you.
doesn't want them to be. Oh, I forgot about that.
You gaslit yourself so well.
Gaslit himself
Wait,
so well, you forgot what
The
so-
party is
truth was.
complicit in hiding your identity and has been through multiple checkpoints of multiple factions.
True. Ash will say veracity. It's fine, honestly. But yeah, you still can make the check and everything.
Frey, your mic is
Oh.
creating static.
Oh,
Would it be a good idea for me to do the check? And then what
It's
if
fine
I
now.
fail? Then wouldn't it make them more angry?
You're-
We've already
I
said it.
mean,
Oh, yeah, but she just said it,
we'll
right?
smooth it over. Just make the
She
check.
believed it.
Just
Oh,
ro-
okay,
just roll
well-
it. We'll find out.
Was it? Sorry, what was the roll at? Straight or disadvantage or?
Disadvantage. You're in hallowed
Oh,
ground.
advantage.
Disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Oh, well.
So it's a +5 to the 2 then. So
a
it's
seven.
7.
That's
That's
Seven.
7.
We will be marking all of you.
It's fine,
Oh.
veracity.
Question:
Answer.
how long do the marks last?
Indefinitely.
So okay, as you could tell, I'm an elf, and they're not. They're going to die before me,
I'm
most
half
likely.
elf. Oh,
You-
yeah, that's true.
So, well, maybe not the undead one, but I assume by that time we're either all dead or half of them died from old age. I'm probably gonna move on to a different adventuring party. Can you put like an expiration date on like the average human life on mine?
If you have nothing to hide, then why would it matter?
I just don't like being watched all the time. It's a little invasive.
We're not always going to be watching you, but if you cause problems for the faith, we will find you.
See, that, sometimes, not saying you guys, but sometimes the church is a little corrupt. And, you never know what's going to happen in 300 years.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage. In the same breath, you disrespected the faith in the same breath. Yeah. They just they don't even offer a response
like that
to
you
that.
disrespected us.
Hey man, he's not wrong.
I'm not saying you are, but from my years as a person on this planet, I know that the religions can be corrupt. Yeah, no,
as a
it's not even
cleric.
dignified of a response.
As a cleric, I'm well aware about the church.
I think you're all making this out to be bigger than it is. We're dealing with big enough troubles that, if anything, maybe they'll realize they can help us with something, alright? Ash is very normal and definitely not overly trusting take.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody has been marked by the faith. I will during the week create a feature for that. Okay. What are the things you wanted to accomplish with the Sarum here?
Well, in theory, we're
Get
gonna
my
try
gold.
Scry again, right? Get the gold.
Yeah. Scry, gold. Yeah, we'll do all of the information gathering things first, so wrap them off so we can get it done.
And I think they were gonna, I don't know what they're gonna check about veracity, but supposedly we might all be in danger, and we needed to come here for that. So, want to know what they think is going on, that we all needed to be here.
Yeah. Okay. This will be effectively another week of downtime, except you will all be confined to the tower. During that time, a lot of tests are done.
Already marked us.
I mean,
we should
yes,
probably
but they don't know what's going on with. Like, you've entered with another issue entirely, which is that you've just entered with an undead. They haven't even dealt with the other thing that has potentially been threatening the tower, which is entirely unrelated.
Yeah, I think they have mismatched, a plan of action. They said one thing, but then they just switched so quickly. They really said something about the leadership
Yeah, I
in this
feel like-
place.
Someone
It's like
scrying you
they-
is kind of like they said it was urgent, you know?
They said it was urgent, and they also promised to let Veracity leave. They never said anything about marking, and so this is why, again, why Darius said, the church can't always be trusted. It's been 300
Okay,
years.
if you
I'm just
walked
saying.
into an establishment and it's like, hey guys, there's a potential threat to this place. I think there could be there could be a bomb here, or a bomb's going to be planted. You'd be like, okay, damn, that's like a big deal. We need to figure this out. And then if one of your companions walks in with an AK-47, they would go, I think
But, like,
perhaps we
potato,
have
potato,
another issue here.
Guys using an AK-47. It'd be more like
Rocket
a small
launcher.
dagger.
Like a water gun.
Yeah, Veracity's so like not threatening.
I mean, that's why she was able to convince them not to do anything except for mark
Oh,
us.
right.
That's the reason why
Right,
you're not
right.
all in initiative right now fighting.
Right. Okay, I will just be thankful.
No, why does the
God.
church hate
Veracity
the
being
undead so much?
Veracity will be trying to be helpful as she can to these seekers, just out of, being thankful for their understanding.
Right. Well, during the week, it seems like they can't track whatever creature contacted you. As a result of them no longer scrying on you, there is no evidence that they ever were. Scry is attempted again. There's a roll for that. Is once again unsuccessful, but there is no added information other than a voice that said, "I was told not to peek," and they and that's it. And the scry goes dark. And the week goes by with very little information, and the Seekers and Keepers are relatively unhappy that they didn't find anything with the party, but are satisfied that the party is not an immediate threat to the faith. And the week goes by.
Could we potentially
yeah.
convince them to unmark us, since a week has gone by and no threats have arisen, and we've been very complicit?
I will.
Or
You can make a check, but I'll tell you that the fail condition is that you will be detained indefinitely.
Oh, no thanks.
Oh.
It's fine. It's fine. He'll try again in 300 years when they forget.
Right.
He'll just come back like, hey, I have this mark. It's from my teenage years. Like, can I just get rid of it?
I was a little bit of a rebel.
Yeah, just a little
Well,
quirky back
300
then.
years, they might not even be using the same marking system. They'll be like, why did someone do this to you? How mean.
He's like, right? That's what
Okay. And the gold is reduced to 1,500 as a result of the extra resources they required to analyze the additional threats you brought to their temple.
What the fuck?
Rude. Pretty rude.
Yeah.
Right. So you've learned nothing, and we've learned nothing, and we've all spent a very long time learning nothing.
On the contrary, we have learned that you are not a threat to us, or to each other in this moment.
I'll do that one.
Yes, I suppose you've verified that in some fashion. But we did tell you that at the beginning.
And we cannot take the word of anyone, even a faithful, at face value.
Right.
Keep
We'll
up.
keep in mind the Sarum are the most paranoid of us. Six be with you.
Paranoid, yes. But how is knowledge born, created, conceived? How are these halls filled with books, if not by asking questions and being thorough? Go now in peace.
And you. Yeah, Phil, jump in.
Oh, I was gonna ask. Wait, Kifa, before we go, I did have one question I was hoping I could ask. Would you be willing to give me the time?
We have nothing but.
So, I believe this being who was scrying on us in reverse. I believe they mentioned there were multiple beings. Is that possible? Is it possible for a being to have multiple identities, or to take on other identities from, you know? I guess what I'm trying to say is it possible for a being to take other people's identities as their own? It spoke and said it was my uncle, and it also said it was my sister, but maybe, and it's just not making a lot of sense.
It is certainly possible for anyone to take on a persona. As such, an actor takes on multiple roles. If you were looking for something more literal, there is a race of creatures called changelings, which literally take on different physical characteristics and personas. It is important to them as a race that they learn to do this, and they compartmentalize these personas. But aside from this, I don't know what other reason or cause to create this.
Changeling. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. You've been more than gracious. I really appreciate it.
Cassidy's so nice.
I think she's traumatized.
Well, I mean, the alternative is that she was about to get murdered by the Cato's faith, so... Yeah. But interesting. Changelings. I guess we go if no one else has any questions.
Where does the party go next?
I assume we would.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
go ahead.
back to our inn, collect our horses, to set off on our journey.
Leaf?
You say little leaf, or you were making a pun about leafing?
Oh no, I said little leaf? Question mark?
I was making a pun about leaving.
No. If it's early enough to leave, I think we should leave. And yes, little leaf.
We're gonna little leaf to little leaf.
I'll do a little bit of a little leaf. Yeah. Are you traveling by land or by sea? Because the party mentioned they were still choosing.
I think we should just take the cart and travel north. Oh shit, the war. Right. Well, we cleared out the road to the east, so we might as well use it, right?
If we see another tavern.
Right, I will defer to you on the mimics tavern Darius.
Yeah, I think traveling by road is good. We've already traveled a few days out that direction, so we are at least more familiar with the area.
Right. If we could just avoid the front line of the war, I think we would be in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any other leads, right? I'm trying to rack my brain to think if there's anywhere else we could go, but...
Well, like the saying goes, all roads lead to Little Leaf.
That is not the saying you said it was before. You said they all lead to Gilchrist.
I thought it was Gilchurch.
Gilchurch? Shit. I can't even remember your phrases right anymore.
Ah, yes. Well, there's multiple variants of the same phrase. You know, different people, different circumstances.
Also, I'm pretty sure it's all roads lead to Stratitia, and it's always been that.
That sounds a little Stratician biased.
No, it's true.
Only some roads lead to Stratitia. But all roads lead to Little Leaf.
That's. I'm getting the horses ready.
Well, in the meantime, Darius, do you remember if you ran into any changelings in your long life?
Have I run into any changelings in my long life? That's a fantastic question. Question mark?
Make a history or nature check.
We'll go history. Yeah, let's go history. How's a 22?
Changelings don't exist. And if they do, they would be behind the Twin Keeps.
And I will relay that information.
Wait,
It's like saying
changelings
leprechauns
don't-
are real. Are leprechauns real?
Make a history check.
What?
How's a 14?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, then I don't say that.
Wait, but the keeper said that, the only other thing that he could think of was maybe a changeling. So if I don't
Well,
understand.
Maybe
he
he's
lied to us?
confusing. Well, maybe he's just not well versed. I mean, he also didn't know your sister's book either.
Well,
Oh.
okay, but think about the nature of changelings, right? They disguise themselves. If changelings were real, how hard or easy do you think it would be to find one?
Relatively easy. I think I'm good at finding things.
Okay, have you met the manta?
I know. Can I roll? Can I be a nerd?
To know what?
Well, actually,
Well,
Or changelings. Can-
hit us with it.
How easy it would be to find a changeling, or if there are methods to track one down.
They're not real.
Arcana.
If they're real. Smile.
17.
17.
In the theoretical that they are real, it would be certainly difficult because it would not be a magical effect. It would be a part of their biology. In the same way that, say, like a cuttlefish, right, has like natural camouflage. That's effectively the same thing as like a changeling. So unless you like cut them and then they changed and then they had the same cut in a different form, right? Like winning them is a potential. But it would be exceptionally difficult.
Actually, Darius. Blah 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 blah. Insert word vomit of nerdiness.
That's under
Oh,
the
no. I
pretense
don't
that
think you'd
they're
be able to
real.
find one. Right.
Just
Which
saying,
they're
it'd be
not.
hard. Look, you
You've
said
seen
you're good at
enough
finding
shit.
things. Have you seen the manta? As in the manta of mantis
Ash,
descent?
Ash,
What?
who said, who said, oh, mimics don't come in this size?
Oh, shut up.
Oh, who said we don't need this powder of sneezing and gagging?
I never said we didn't need it.
Hmm?
I just didn't say, I just said I didn't know how it would be useful, and now I know how it would be useful, okay?
Yes, precisely. And I warned you, like, hey, mimics do come in this size, and in fact, it was a mimic in that size.
You say a lot of things like that that are just not true, though.
Well, have I ever been proven wrong?
Many times.
Please state 4.
Why 4? Why? That's a weird number to pick.
oh,
I like the
wizards
number
are
4.
assholes.
What?
That's one
I
wrong.
stand by that. That is real and true.
Not all. There was at least one that wasn't.
I like how that one isn't even Issa.
2 that weren't.
Wait, it's not. I thought it was Issa this entire time. Are you talking about someone else and just saying that Issa's an asshole?
No! Well, I just don't consider Issa a wizard, She does like the weird sword thing.
We know you don't
Little
know every
shoo
elf,
shoo.
Darius.
Yeah,
I know every elf.
I'm right here.
Issa, I would never call you an asshole.
But she would imply it.
Darius would. Oh, how?
It's Darius. It's not me.
Issa,
changelings.
you're a lovely lady.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you
god.
can stop after that. I will. That was perfect.
These are the conversations that happen over the next 4 days on your way to the Mantis Descent border. to the Winding Hills. And we will get to the border. 4 days pass. Including the day of Genesis. I will have everybody make a history check.
I think I'll be
26.
at disadvantage. Unless I'm in the cot.
Hearing some Freyno things.
Yeah. Everybody but Issa, you're familiar with the day of Genesis. It always lands on the first day of fall, every cycle, and it remembers its namesake as the day that Eclipsia started anew, when the cycles reset. While the reason behind the cycles resetting and the fall is largely debated, and every culture, Cloud Plains, Flats, Wintertide, has its own legends surrounding that day. Pretty much all parts of the world hold this day in significance as a starting of new days. And there are celebrations, but you are on the road. As you reach the border of the Winding Hills just out of Cresta, and with that, as you continue your journey north to Little Leaf to figure out what is going on there, that's where we'll end today's session.
Wahoo! Good session, gamers.
Dang,
Good
a lot
session.
happened.
We did a lot.
We got
There's a
more.
I
lot.
did.
All very safe and normal stuff.
I just can't believe they refused to just let it be for like the average human lifespan.
It's like they believe there's some kind of infallible authority that can never do any wrong because they have the literal word of God on their side or something. It's weird.
I know, right?
I'm just glad they let us live.
setting a real high
No,
bar
they
here, huh?
pinky promise. I had faith the entire time.
Well, good arguments,
Promise.
good rolls. Worked out well.
Guys, I passed a persuasion check today.
I'm so proud of you. I just can't believe he stopped watching
thank you
us.
for session V. I really need to go. Okay,
Yeah, and that's what
bye-bye.
we're going to end anyway.
Bye.
So good night.
Good night.
Bye. Thank you for the session. Bye bye.